Happy Monday. Red's not allowed in our building. I'll let it slide one time, but next time let's make sure that doesn't happen, please. But guys, thank you again for being here as always. Proud of our team, and like I said before, man, thank you, Jesus, for the victory. Give him the glory. Proud of our team. Proud of how they've prepped and how they've worked and how they played Saturday. Once you watch the film, there's a lot for us to continue to learn and grow in. And that's the awesome part for my job. And when we meet with our players today is going to be what did we learn and where are we growing to? And there's a lot of good on that film, but there's a lot more things that I'm excited for our position coaches to streamline for our players. Because especially, for me with our coaches and even myself with our team is we've been around them for a while now. They've heard my voice a lot. And we got to make sure in our messaging it is a fire hose for our players and we're not misting them with a bunch of different information. So we're going to be very specific. Hey, each position group, this is what we've learned about ourselves. This is what we have to improve on from this past weekend. And obviously a culmination of the first 4 games that we need to be our best going forward. But I'm proud of the relentless effort our team plays with. You could see on film that's a group of young men that love each other, that play for something bigger than themselves. We got to build on that because there's still some issues in that game that maybe didn't cost us in that game, but just because you win, there's still a lot of things we need to continue to learn and grow. And so I'm excited to do that with our team on Monday or today, and just excited for our guys to continue to build the confidence of who we are as a team, but also knowing that confidence created with how you work every single day. And our practice performance is going to be paramount. There were guys that were banged up last week that weren't able to practice a lot, and they didn't play great in the game. And that's a testament to how you perform in practice is exactly how you're going to play in game. So excited where we're growing to, but just like anything, there's a lot of outside noise, which is earned from our team. There's a lot of pats on the back going on. Ranked 21, awesome. Does not matter. And that's going to be my message again to our team. We played 4 games. We haven't even hit the halfway point of our season yet. We need to keep learning and climbing and growing in everything we do. But proud of where we're at, but we still got a long way to go, and I'm excited to keep pushing forward. I know we talked about the game, post-game, but just proud of the overall team of what our guys were able to accomplish out there. And that's going to be our message to our team going forward into Utah State is here, we are always the hunter at Boise State. It's never, well, I wonder if someone's going to we are always the hunter. And that's in how you prep, how you train, how you go to meetings, how you live your life off the field. Like you are the hunter. You're always focused on how you're growing, how you're going to be on the cutting edge. And this is the biggest game of the season coming up against Utah State. Why? Because it is the next one. And at that point, opponents are nameless and faceless. We have to continue to learn and grow going forward to play our best football. But once again, got to give a shout out to Bronco Nation. I mean, that atmosphere Saturday night on the blue, I don't know your guys' thoughts, but it was one of the most amazing environments I've ever been a part of. That's a testament to our fan base, our students, and got to give even our students another shout out. I mean, the student section, even for this Utah State game, is already sold out. I know the game itself is sold out, and we need everybody to show up, be loud, and be in that game. We're going to need them. So, Bronco Nation, you are the best. We need you. We're in this together.
You mentioned the outside noise in the last couple of weeks. Is that because you think you might have a team that could be an issue for? Or you're trying to get in front of it? Do you feel like you have, whether it's with playoff projections, with what Ashton's doing, do you feel like you have a team that's going to be able to do a pretty good job of putting that stuff to the side?
Well, I think every single college football team has to deal with outside noise, BJ. And it's either negative to where, why are you losing? Why is this not going well? You got to fight that. Or when you're successful, you fight the pats on the back to where the easy thing to do is then become very comfortable and relaxed with your prep because everyone's telling you you're doing a great job, which is the only reason you're doing a good job is because of how you prepped and how you worked. And the second you take your foot off the gas, that will catch you. So I think it's something that time will tell how we handle dealing with the outside noise because I don't think it's human nature to where you hear – and the easy thing is, oh, it's from the media. No, it's from everybody. It's from parents. It's from anybody. Like our players are getting inundated with outside noise, me included. And that's for every football player, every coach in the country is dealing with that. Now, how do we do it better? How do we make sure for our players they stay true to their process and their prep to make sure, yes, something you did good, something you didn't do good, that's great, but none of the things that are being talked about outside this building move the needle for our team. What moves the needle for our team is us working, is us practicing our best week of practice. Our best meetings have to be tonight. That's what moves the needle. So I am very intentional with our guys on how to handle some of the outside noise, and it's going to be the same this year, next year, and the years to come because that's the landscape of college football. and it's the landscape of what we do, and we got to do it better than somebody else.
You mentioned it could be criticisms or pat on the back. I mean, is there a different way to deal with either one of them, or are they kind of both the same, one and the same?
I see them as one and the same, because for our players, we as coaches are very direct with them. We are clear and concise with our teaching of this is what you did well, and these are the 2 or 3 things we need you to grow in. Regardless what people on the outside think, regardless what maybe some other voices into our players feel, this is what we need you to improve and grow on, regardless of what happened on Saturday or what happened in the weeks prior. So regardless where you're at as a team, we could be in a very different situation. And I would still talk to our players about how to deal with outside noise, and it's no different for coaches. And we've got to do it better. And it's something that you cannot completely blot out. That's not the reality, and that's okay, because no different for these guys as they grow. And some of our players are going to play in the NFL. Some of our players aren't, but they're going to have situations in life where they're business owners going through it. It's going to be the same. Taking the outside, yep, I hear you. But what really moves the needle is how I handle my process, how I work, and that's what I always focus on. That's why every Monday, and I'm beating a dead horse, is what do we learn? What are we growing to? Next question.
Just with you being ranked, do you think that puts an extra target on your back and gives teams extra motivation if you're a resume builder now, you're the team to beat?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's how it's been at Boise State for years here is, and I heard this even my first couple weeks on the job is, hey, every time we play someone, we're going to get their best. Even when you watch film, and maybe if you're watching film, you're not seeing a team that maybe doesn't play as well. When they play Boise State, you're always going to get their best. I heard that 8 years ago. And it's no different now. And the more you win, rankings and all this, the target just becomes even bigger. And that's why my message to our team is going to be, we are always the hunter here. And that's easy to talk about, but what I mean by that is how we work and how we prep. We are on the attack. We attack success. We're not afraid of failure. And, I hope we don't lose. I hope we do. No. We attack success. We're the hunter and how we prep, because the more success you have, yes, the target's going to be in the back. Yes, beating Boise State will be huge for every team we play. But us beating Utah State this weekend is going to be huge for the Broncos, and that's all we care about.
What does Utah State do best, let's say, on offense? They've used 2 quarterbacks, I think, because of injury differences. What stands out?
Yeah, but first off, I mean, and I know Nate Dreiling, not super well, but I've known him just over the years as a defense. I think, very highly of him as a defensive coordinator. He was at New Mexico State. And being thrown into the situation he was over the summertime, met him in person for the first time at some of these meetings. And I know what he's going through, right? I went through it last season, and I think he's doing a great job with his team. I mean, they played 2 top 10, top 15 teams in the first 4 games. I mean, they had Utah on the ropes, and Utah, good team, found a way to win it, but they're playing good football. I know he's doing the defense, being the head coach. He's got good coaches around him, and he's got really good players too. I mean, they did a great job in the transfer portal. They got a bunch of New Mexico State players that obviously came with him, and then some other ones from around the country. So I know they're going to be well coached, and they're going to play extremely hard. I mean, he's going to do a great job with their culture to make sure that those guys show up Saturday night playing hard. They're also coming off a bye week, so we know we're going to get a lot of different wrinkles from their offense, their defense, and their special teams, because they've had a week, we're going to be 2 weeks come kickoff, that they can look at Boise State and say, how can we attack them and get that big-time win on the blue? And I know they're going to be ready. Defensively, he's going to have a lot of different looks. He's going to play, they've got some base coverages they play well, but he is going to bring pressure. And he does a great job of bringing in a lot of different situations to create confusion for the quarterbacks. Then offensively, they're staying true to kind of who they've been over the years. They're going to use every inch of the field. They're going to put receivers on the sideline, which puts defense in conflict, because you got to deal with space where if in different situations you don't have to deal with all that space. We're going to have to deal with all 53 and a third, and they've got some weapons to where bubble screens, now and go. It's tough because of the space. And they've got all 5 returning starters on the offensive line are back. So, I mean, they're going to be able to move the ball. They got to do a lot of different run schemes offensively. So they're going to put, defense in conflict. And they put up points on everybody they played, including, some of those top teams. So, and we know we're going to get their best. I know Coach Dreiling. I know how they're going to be coached. I know the talent they have there. They're going to keep getting better, and we're going to see their best on Saturday. And they're going to see ours too.
You know, on the offensive line, I think you prefer, like, you'd have 5 dudes to play every snap together the whole year. That'd be ideal, right?
Yep.
At center right now, you guys it's like a 50-50% snap split with Holmes and Steele. What is Jason doing to continue to, you know, make you guys want to get him into these games?
Yeah, Jay, Jason and Zach are doing some really good things. And I think Coach Keene's doing a good job moving the offensive line around. One, continuing to build depth there, too, because this is a long season. We've only played 4 games. And Jason stepped up a lot. I mean, he's a phenomenal young man, lives in the film room, loves his teammates, and he's continuing to get better. Zach's done some good things to now. So we're going to continue to rotate and continue to give more reps to guys that are playing better, but they've both done a really good job. And we're going to continue to find ways to mix and match our O-line, and they've done it. I mean, we've given up one sack all year, testament to our protection, testament to Maddox getting the ball out on time. And obviously we've done a great job moving the football in regards to our run game. So we're going to continue to mix and match that, Jay, but they've both earned the right to play on Saturday, and we're going to see both of them coming this weekend too.
Mason has obviously missed playing time.
Yep.
How much else has he missed? It seems like he is still so freaking involved.
Hey, Mason Randolph, man, you talk, and guys, I was going to tell you, he's out for the season, just so you guys are aware. I mean, Mason Randolph will miss the remainder of the season. But he is a guy, he's on our leadership group, voted on by his players, earned. And we just met earlier today, and he's going through a couple guys that he's meeting with to help them grow in our team and where they're at. I mean, he is locked in on the 2024 season to help be the biggest leader and mentor for not only the O-line, which he meets with and goes through things with the centers, with the interior O-line, but also our team. He's talking about other guys in the team that he saw in the game that stepped up, that we need to keep pushing. And this is a guy, Mason Randolph is locked in on this team, and we need his leadership. And it's going to not only help our team now, but it's going to help him in the future stepping into even a bigger leadership role next season.
As the leader of this offense, he's moving the ball like crazy. As an individual, his production might be stuck in average. I don't know. How do you rate his first 4 games?
Yeah, he was inconsistent on Saturday. Mike, he needs to make the plays he should make. I actually met with Maddox earlier today. I mean, he's an elite competitor. He's frustrated about a couple of the plays he didn't make that we know he can, but he has done a great job making sure our offense is efficient. The calls, the checks, the things that you see that nobody thinks is on the quarterback, we put him on Maddox because he can handle it, and he's going to continue to play better. And that's what we talked about. And I mean, there's some throws on Saturday that he needs to make and he didn't. He will make those going forward. And so he was inconsistent on Saturday. He's going to learn and grow for it, and we'll see the best Maddox we've seen going forward.
Jason, go ahead.
Ashton Genty mania. Is there a game plan for it? I mean, is there a strategy? Do you want it to simmer? Are you inviting everybody here? I mean, what's the game plan for Ashton Genty mania?
Yeah, like I've been very open to say in the past, I mean, everything Ashton is getting right now is 100% earned and deserved because of how he's worked and the production he does in the field. Because he's not only the elite running back that the nation has privilege to watch on Saturdays, he's one of the best teammates and leaders I've ever been around. A guy that deeply cares about his teammate, lives in the training room, lives in the film room, and wants nothing more than the success of our entire team. Not what can this team do for Ashton. Ashton is all about this team. So all the things that's being talked about Ashton is deserved. He is the best player in the country. Now, for me, I meet with Ashton on this, I got to continue to find ways to protect Ashton too. And I'm not talking in regards to on the field, I'm talking about some of the outside noise going on. Because all this is coming about not because Ashton had a great couple interviews, it's because he's doing it on the field. And he's doing it off the field in regards to how he's leading his teammates and how he's being a pivotal part of our entire team. So we're going to continue to look for strategic ways with Ash to make sure nothing takes him off his grind, his path, his mission, and going to be smart with the times that he's speaking to the media and the times that he's pulled in situations. Because he could, I mean, if we open the gates for him, he could be on a podcast or meet with the media all day long, which will take away from him become the best version of himself and him doing what our team needs him to do. So we're going to be smart. We're thinking through some strategic ways. And I've told Ash, I'm going to be intentional to protect him, his time, to make sure he can stay focused on what really matters, which is his leading this team and him making sure that he continues to grow throughout the season.
Chase Penry's been getting more involved in the offense. Obviously, the injury last year slowed him down, but what have you seen in his growth over the last few years?
Chase Penry is a great teammate. I mean, even the first couple games, got a couple reps, not a ton. Latrell gets banged up, doesn't play on Saturday. Chase Penry steps up and has one of the biggest catches in the game on that 3rd and XL that he was able to jump forward and get the first down. That's what I love about Chase. I mean, he cares about his team. He's going to do the dirty work. And then when he's called upon to carry the flag and help our team, he did a really good job on Saturday, and we're going to need that from him down the stretch.
What's going on with Prince Strong?
So Prince, we missed him a couple times on Saturday. I mean, there's a couple times in the end zone where Prince is open and we don't give him the ball. And so we need to do a better job getting him the football, and Prince needs to do a better job being consistent in everything he does. And he's grown. He had a good week of practice next week. Now, my message to Prince this week is, can we stack 2 weeks of good practice back to back? Because for me, it is all about the team. I don't ever leave a game and think, well, who do we need to get the ball more because of this? No, it's what helps our team win. Now, Prince playing his best football helps our team, and we need that from him. We need him to do that in practice on Tuesday and Wednesday, and he had a good week last week. We need him to build on that. And I thought Bolt did some better things last week in practice. He had one of his better weeks of practice. Missed a couple times in regards to the throw and right through his fingertips on one, but the more you perform in practice and put it on film in practice, you will make those plays in the game. It doesn't mean it's going to be that Saturday. But when your number's called for our team, if you continue to do it in practice, it will show up in the game. So our receivers in general, I mean, Cam Camper's playing at a very high level. Earned and deserved, and he's going to continue to do it. He does it in practice. What I see on Saturday night when the nation watches, I see Tuesday and Wednesday. Now I'm excited for the rest of our receiving core to continue to step up and do the same thing. Make the plays in practice, they'll happen in the game. But the reality of playing receivers, sometimes the coverage dictates the ball to go somewhere else. A couple for Prince, he was open, we just didn't give him the ball. And so that's something for our offense. We're going to continue to grow our pass game, and I know we will.
I'm not sure what you're willing to say about James Ferguson Reynolds, but you had to obviously mid-game switch things up.
Yep.
That affected kickoff and holding and a lot of different stuff. So what'd you think of some of how that all shaked out, and what's the plan for this week?
Yeah, BJ. So still working through with JFR. I mean, right now he's banged up. He was in the training room earlier today. I know our doctors are working through it to see is he going to be available this weekend? Is he not? It's going to be on the fence to see if he's going to be available this weekend. We'll work through that. But I'm really proud of Jarrett Reeser stepping up. We needed him to. I mean, we need to be more consistent with getting touchbacks. And obviously when the ball gets taken out, our kickoff coverage is improved. We improved on that. Still not where we need to be at from a special team standpoint. There's still a lot of meat on the bone. But I'm proud of our guys stepping up. Terrence stepping up and being our punter in game. Did in practice, first time he had to do it for us in game. He did some good things. And especially for him, with James banged up, we'll see kind of where the injury is here the next couple of days, BJ. But Terrence got to be ready to roll. And Jarrett Reeser stepping up and kicking the ball to get majority touchbacks, huge for our team. The emphasis we put on special teams and winning the hidden yardage that we talk about that happens on punt and kickoff is huge. And we have not won that over these first couple games. We need to down the stretch.
You kind of used the same analogy after the game talking about the passing game. I know you touched on Maddox a little bit earlier, but how do you get the meat off the bone, I guess, when it comes to that? And in a weird way, is it encouraging at all that you're averaging over 45 points per game and you still feel like there is room to grow? Yeah,
as a coach, there's always going to be things that you look at, regardless, even in the run game. Like right now, we're doing a really good job running the football. There's a lot of stuff in regards to our run game, from blocks, missed blocks, things that Ashton just made happen on his own that we got to clean up, we got to grow in, and that's the message in everything. Not just stats only tell you one part of the story. Same with our pass game. I think we're doing some really good things. We haven't had the stats that we need to, and we need to make sure we make these throws that we need to make. We got to make sure that we ID the things we need to ID. So there's some things that we're doing well, but we got to continue to practice. We got to continue to grow in it. We got to continue to find the receivers that can step up to win their one-on-ones when the ball in the air. We make that catch, and that quarterback, we got to make sure we get it to him.
Terrence Sheep comes in here, obviously knows what your kicking situation is. You know, he had his role at San Jose State. What kind of a competitor is he to just come in here and say, hey, I want to, be a part of that?
Yeah, Terran's a great young man. He knew exactly what our specialist room looked like, and he wanted to come in and help our team in any way. If that was kickoffs, if it was field goals, if it was punt, Terran was like, whatever the team needs me to do, I'm ready to compete and help the team. And you can see how much we've needed him. And even Saturday, something happens. I mean, that's the first time in my time here that a punter's been hurt in game. He stepped up right away in a pivotal moment and did a good job for our team. He stepped up and done some good things on kickoff. And then you look at where Taryn struggled, kicked the ball out of bounds to start the game. Jarrett's number was called. They competed in practice. He stepped up and did a really good job. That's what you need in every position group. It's on full display with the specialists because it's easier to kind of point out and see. But that's my goal in every position group in our team, in every position room to, hey, high standards to be a part of this football team. Guys that struggle, we're going to continue to turn the heat up in regards to competition. But I'm proud of Taryn. I mean, a guy that since he's been here, transferred in, has done some really good things, and we need him to continue to grow.
Rodney Robinson got a lot of love in this room last week when we were talking to you guys, and it seems like he even got better on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Just how has Rodney been playing?
Mike, really proud of Rodney. I mean, he has grown week in and week out this season, Mike, and I'm proud of him. I mean, one of the biggest plays in the game was that sack on Mateer. It was almost like a turnover because it took him completely out of field goal range, but I'm proud of where Rodney's grown to. Still some things that we're excited for him to continue to grow in and the consistency that Rodney plays with. But that young man loves his team. He's had to play a bunch of different roles here, and him stepping up, I mean, he played well on Saturday, and we need that from him. And I'm proud of Rodney. I'm going to tell the team that when I see him here later today.
Just sticking with Rodney for a second, like, I mean, it feels weird to say he lost his starting job because he's still playing so much for you guys. But, I mean, he kind of did at the same time. How did you guys approach that with him? And I guess what was his reaction? Because, I mean, if you look at his numbers, I mean, he's playing darn near an all-conference level right now.
Yeah. I try and be I am black and white with our players. This is where you're at. This is why. This is where we need to grow to. And me and Rodney have a conversation in January. And, hey, Rod, this is looking at last season. This is where you're at. This is what I need you to continue to improve on. These are my thoughts. This is the film. And because Rodney's a great teammate. He loves his teammate. He's a great young man in this building. No issues there. It's just, hey, these are the things I need to be more consistent in, from either coverage to tackling to communication. And there was not one day from January to now where Rodney came to this building and he was ever feeling sorry for himself. Oh, I'm getting screwed. Not one day was he like that. He went through spring ball, competed, played nickel, played field safety, had to rotate through some different coverage adjustments, played it. Summertime, worked his tail off. Fall camp, him and Shea going back and forth at nickel, played field safety for a couple years for us. Now he's playing a lot of nickel, competing at it, making plays. And that's Rodney. That's what I love about that young man. And I'm excited for him to continue to grow. There was no, well, what about me? It's what does the team need? I know I need to continue to improve. And he's done that. And you see him growing. And he played one of his better games he's played here on Saturday. Now for Rodney, it's where do we go from that to where we take even another step when we play against Utah State. But I'm proud of Rodney. Yep.
How do you evaluate the defense overall? I mean, you guys, some of the stats don't look great. You're 93rd in takeaways. You're 86th total defense, 109th passing defense, and third downs like 120th. But you lead the nation in sacks, and you're 3-1. And you know, it seems like they're playing well. Just some of the stats maybe don't equal that out. I mean, where are you through the 4 games with the defense? Yeah,
BJ. I mean, like I said, stats tell you a little bit about the picture. Even number 1 in sacks doesn't make like where I sit at home at night and think that we're one of the best pass rushing groups in the country. It tells you a little bit of the picture. What I am very proud of our defense is what we have asked of them to grow in, they have grown in. And what we asked of them, what we knew was going to be a huge part for our team winning this game, was we know we had to get after their quarterback. Mateer is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I thought Coach Chins did a great job putting a plan together, knowing that we knew that if he got loose and that he had all the time in the world, that's going to be a very, very tough team to beat. And being able to get 8 sacks in the game, keep him off his mark, create the pressure and confuse him, helped our entire defense. Yes, there's still a lot of things. Like there's a couple times in the game where we missed 4 or 5 tackles on one play. Has to improve. Third downs. I thought we did a really good job on third down in the game. Now, we gave up some late that we can't give up. We gave up a couple fourth downs, 4th and longs. Can happen. But, I mean, 2 of 5 on 4th down was their offense. Huge plays in the game. So even though they got their yards, we gave up some things we shouldn't. That's going to be our job as coaches to get that fixed. I'm proud of how hard that defense played. They were relentless on Saturday night. Does not mean perfect. Does not mean there's a lot of stats and issues that we need to continue to fix and improve on, BJ, because we're by no means playing at the level we need to for us to continue to win the games we need to win. But I'm proud of where we're at. I'm proud of a defense where Georgia Southern struggled significantly on third down, played better the next week. Like, that's the group we got, and we need to continue to work that way, and it's going to be no different when we start meeting with them today on Monday. So there's some things we're doing really well. There's a lot we need to continue to learn and grow. No different offensively. Yes, there's some really good statistics. There's some that aren't. What do we learn? Where are we growing to? So when you look at it on the film, there's some things that I'm very proud of, but there's also some things that I'm excited to show our team tonight. Like, guys, this is not who we need to be defensively. This is why we got caught up in some situations. Eye control, tackling. But I can promise you this on that film, there's 11 guys absolutely running their tails off and hunting on our defense. Now we got to continue to clean it up.
With Matt Lauder, he had 70 yards after the catch last week. Kind of confident. I don't know if a Boise State tight end's ever had 70 yards after the catch. Most explosive guy at that position you've had since you've been here?
He's up there, to be honest, Jay. I mean, and I'm so proud of Matt. Like I've talked about before, first couple games, didn't maybe get the production that we were hoping for him to have, but he was doing everything we asked of him. Blocking his tail off, doing the dirty work, had a couple catches, big catches, but not the overall stats that one would look at. And he's coming into his own. I mean, Matt Lauder's a matchup nightmare for defenses. He really is. And he practices like it. Now, there's even some things on film for Matt. Had a drop, had a couple other things that we need him to grow. And that's what I love about this game is it's, yes, the stats tell you a picture. Yes, some of the things that get talked out outside tell you a part of it. But, Matt, you did some good things, but I'm excited for you to grow in these couple areas this week. And knowing Matt Lauder, he's a big-time competitor. He's more excited to grow in those things than he is looking at the things he's done well.
When you head into conference play, what are some of the challenges, with it facing teams that are more familiar with you than, say, the first 4 games you played?
Yeah. I mean, when you go into conference, we know these teams, they know us. And so now it's going to be, yes, there's going to be schematic switch-ups in all 3 phases, but it's going to be the group of guys on that field at one time that do their job, make the plays they should make, and who's going to play hardest. I believe that because the schematic stuff, we know them, they know us. There's going to be schematic issues on either side. What team's going to do their job consistently and make the plays they should make, and what team goes out there and plays the hardest for 4 quarters?
You mentioned the nameless face, but, obviously this is a game that, will go for that goal right up there.
No question.
What's kind of, what's kind of that, trying to keep it the nameless face?
Yeah, it's no different if this is a conference game or a non-conference game. It's still the most important game in our season because it is the next one. And yes, it is a conference game. Yes, it is a team that we know we're going to get their best. It's the most important game because it's the next one. And we know it directly correlates to us having an opportunity to play in a championship game. That's down the road. We got a great Utah State team coming to town, and we got to be ready.
With that said, is there any emphasis? I know it was used to be championship week or whatever, every week, in conference. But I mean, to get to the CFP, to do all that, you have to win the conference, and that starts this week. I mean, is there any reminder, I guess, of the conference trophy you're playing for, or does that become any kind of different goal, starting with conference play?
Yeah, I mean, it's at the top of our team room. I mean, winning our conference is a goal that we go into every single year to do. This is our first conference game, and we're going to approach it no different than any other game this season. It's the most important game because it's the next one. I believe in process, and I don't say this as a way to dumb down messaging, but I believe in process. We have to continue to improve our process from what did we learn from the first games, what did we learn last Saturday night, and how do we as a Boise State football team play our best football on Saturday? Because that is really all that matters. Mountain West Championship, college football playoff. Guys, that is months away. But if we look at those things ahead of us, we're going to trip and fall and crash against the rocks because we're worried about things we don't control. What we control is at 5 o'clock on Saturday night, we're going to go toe-to-toe with a really good opponent. We better prep our tails off and have our best week to earn the right.
Going back and watching some of Ashton's runs, is there any moment that just immediately pops out to you? Just because, he had a number of crazy ones. But
There's no question.
Is there any moment that, I don't know if you take a moment to show the team or something like that, extra effort, anything like that this week?
Yeah, I got a couple clips I'm going to show the team because there are. There's a couple runs, if not more than even a couple, where, I bet you at least 8 or 9 defenders had a dead-to-right shot on Ashton. He found a way to spin out of it, run over him, make a guy miss, and just absolutely strain to either make a touchdown, get the first down. And that's a testament to who he is, how he practices, and who he is as a young man. And so I'm going to show those clips. But it's also reality. I know our players watch a ton of Ashton Genty on their own time. So we could sit in here all day and watch Ashton. I'm going to show the clips that directly correlate to who we are as a football team. Relentless effort, explosives, and the ball. Those are the three categories I always hit with our team. And I'm going to show the clips of relentless effort from Ashton. I'm going to show the relentless effort clips from a receiver blocking downfield to help him. I'm going to show the relentless effort clips of being smart in a game where, okay, are we getting personal foul calls because we're losing our emotion, we're not playing smart? That's a direct correlation to losing football games. I show those clips because we could be in here all day showing highlights of guys doing some good stuff. They'll see that. They see that stuff on their own. They get it sent to them from their parents. I want to focus on the things. What are we learning, where are we growing to, and what are clips of us being exactly who we want to be?
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Coach.